and welcome to That's What Speaks. Today is Monday, January 14th, and this is episode Stinkin' Steak 47. I think I'm going with 47. That's a nice number. Let's go with it. I am Amy Beth, also known as the Fat Squirrel on Ravelry and Plurk, or Twitter as the Fat Squirrel. Actually, that's just the Fat SQRRL, because secretly I've always wanted to be a right girl. But hi. And the Fat Squirrel was taken. What's up with that? What else? Whatever. There's a kindred spirit in the world for me. Okay. But so I apologize if you followed me on Twitter. I had an account and just didn't pay attention to its existence. So I was not snubbing you, I promise. I am a jerk face, but it wasn't intentional. So there we go. That's the places you can find me. You can also find me in the Ravelry group. Oh my god. Can I just discuss that we're like 990-ish members? We need 10 more members, people! For a reason that is non-existent, quite frankly. Except that people are giving you prizes, and that's the reason. So, the lovely Erin of Bling Your String has agreed to give you a 3-month subscription to her Bag of the Month Club. What? A new project bag every month for 3 months. Plus matching stitch markers. Plus goodies. If you're not a member to the Ravelry group, just sign up, okay? I'm not saying that you can unsign up in a month, because you can. There's no obligation. There's no need to do anything, really. You don't have to introduce yourself even. I love it when you do, but you don't have to. I won't be like, that person did not introduce themselves. They just want a prize. I'll be like, oh my gosh, there you go. I got the number. Now we can get prizes. That's all I'm saying. You're like, shut your face up. Then, so we got Bling Your String. She's on board. And then I am knitting a hat, which I'll show you later, but I have to tell you right now because we're talking about this, and if I don't talk about it, then I might forget later and look like a total jerk face, as I am wont to do. Then, the beautiful designer of the hat, Slippery. Oh my gosh, I was all like, she's got her name on there, right? Oh my gosh, what's her name? Sarah! Sorry, Sarah. Sarah Dupuis? I don't know, it's just fancy and Frenchy style. But she has written a hat pattern, and it's called Slippery. And it is super cute. As we all know, I'm on a bad hat kick. Okay. Hopefully this isn't reflecting like the sad state of my house at this moment. Like, you're like, oh my gosh, I can totally see all the junk in our house on the reflection of that screen. But anyway, it's called Slippery, and isn't it cute? If you love a slouchy hat, and you have some variegated yarn, this is very good for variegated yarn. Good. Even pooly yarn. I'm just for all those who hate when I whisper, sorry. That's how it goes. So anyway, so there is that. And so yeah, sign up. Okay. Shenanigans. Can you tell that I tried to write shenanigans down? I really don't have anything. Shenanigans are my daily life. I'm so nappy. I'm not going to tell you anything, but I'm recording late. Sorry about the backlighting. That will continue until Downton Abbey is over. I totally had to watch it as soon as my kid went to school. Because we live in the middle of the city, pretty much. We can't get any channels digitally wise, like through the air. Because I have no idea why, quite frankly. Evidently, we need to put some sort of antenna on our roof. That's not happening. I don't know how to do that. And I trust my husband to do it. He could do it, but we'd have to like run a cable through our attic and like, I don't even want to know what's up there, quite frankly, because you know what's going to happen. We'd be like, oh yeah, we'll put that up there. Then we're going to go up to our attic and discover that it's like a termite hive and like they've developed like cognizance and they have like industry up there and it's going to be like a whole thing. So anyway, we don't have that. Sorry, the lighting is really bad. Sorry. So we don't get anything through the air. This way only download, so I had to wait till today till it came out on pbs.com. That was so good. Downton Abbey got affecting my productivity. Not at all, really. Oh my gosh, speaking of that, we totally got notice from AT&T today that we had exceeded our data allowance for like our home internets. Oh my gosh, what happened? You know what it was? My husband's like, well, somebody has hijacked our signal. I'm like, dude, nobody hijacked our signal. What happened is we used to have the slowest internet on Earth. I mean, really, it was like dial-up +1. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Some of you probably don't even know what dial-up is. It was where you used to run your internet through your phone line, and it was a hot mess. Without, like, a fancy modem, or it was like, whatever. I don't even want to talk about it because I don't know enough about it to talk about it. Okay? It was slow. So we had the internet that was so super slow because it was so super cheap because we were cheap. But finally, when Blip was like, it'll be 4.5 hours to upload your show, I was like, dude, we need better internet. So we got the better internet, but then evidently, like, all of like our Netflix and stuff, unbeknownst to us, immediately went to like HD, and we just thought better picture was because we had a better connection. We didn't really like think about the fact that there was a data ceiling because we had never approached it before. And then suddenly AT&T was like, whoa, lockdown. I mean, they didn't like turn us off or anything. They were like, we are charging you dollars, you fools. And we were like, no. So, but if you don't know about that, and you're getting, if you probably, there's only like, evidently only 1% of the world reaches their data limit. God, we're such consumers of data. Damn it. Anyway, but if you are in that person, if you forget one of those notices and you freak out, don't worry. You can go into Netflix and adjust your picture quality, and then it will download less fancy stuff, and then it won't be as much of your data. So, FYI. Like, so don't care. I know, shush. So yeah, there are no other shenanigans. You would think that with a total lack of shenanigans, I would have gotten more done this week. But I actually secretly did get a lot done. But a lot of it was just up here. I got a lot done in this 3 inches of my person. There was lots of gray matter activity this week. I'm working some stuff out, trying to figure some other stuff out. So, not as much got done. But that's okay. First thing, also I had some bags to sew. Okay. First thing, now that I've already said bags, we went and say it again because I'll forget at the end and it'll be all confusing. Bags went out. If you paid by PayPal, they went out on Friday, so you should have them soon. Sweater bags. If you put in like a, can you please add me to a list? I gotcha. But no more. I'm so flattered and so grateful and appreciative in a very deep way for your interest, but I can't take any more. Can you hold ones for me? Because I bought all of the fabric. There is more fabric, but I don't want to take any more information in because I'm going to lose that information before I can get to like actually making that happen. So I hope you understand. I hope that I will have a few more after I get all of the ones done, and then I will put them up. Okay? Okay. It'll be much more organized. We learn from our mistakes here. Yes, that's all. Okay, so, finished spinning object. I was working on it last week. It's from Diabolical. It's our 100% mixed BFL wool, and it is called For the Love of Pants. What am I even doing? I'm just here. I'm going to actually do something, and I like this so much, I'm actually going to attempt to manually focus upon it so you can see its supreme and awesome beauty. Oh. Okay. It's supremely awesomely beautiful to me. This actually, I think, if I'm not the biggest liar ever, is my favorite spinning I've ever done. Oh, sorry. I was supposed to be focusing at that very moment like it was going to work. I love it. It's so pretty. It's like the beautifulest of colors. Oh, her colors are so pretty. And it's about a sport weight. I got 300 yards out of 3.8 ounces. So, yeah, I totally dig it. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be something pretty. This actually may be one that I'm like, I'm just going to look at this one for a while. Oh my gosh, and thank you so much. Did I say this in my apologies? I apologize if I've already said it. I apologize that I have not been as active on the boards this week. I really am quite sorry. Please know that I did read everything. I've read all PMs. I've read all the boards. I've had very limited time to be able to get back. So I really do apologize. But please know that your input and your information was very much appreciated by both me and everybody else. So, there's lots of people that don't actually write anything on the boards, but just read them. Like, if you look at the top, it'll be like, there are 287 readers of this board and 1 contributor. No, there's 72 contributors. So there are lots of people out there reading, even if they don't post. They're reading. So I very much appreciate all of the information, and I am taking it in. I just have not had time to give back yet, and I'm really sorry about that. But speaking of this, last week I was kind of bemoaning how I was not able to get anything much finer than a sport weight without intense and painful spinning, which I don't want to do. Like, the whole time. I don't want to do that. So the beautiful Ben was telling me that the wheel mechanics video by the beautiful Judith McKenzie talks about bobbin-driven wheels, which is what I have, and how they are... I secretly thought this all along. I didn't say anything because I didn't want to be wrong. Like, it's clearly I'm not afraid of that, though. For that second, I was. But it's very hard to spin fine on a bobbin-driven wheel. And then somebody else posted that their mother does have the lace kit. So if you have a Louette, has the lace kit for the Louette S10. And she says it works quite well. And it has like a plastic bobbin. This bobbin is very heavy. I mean, right now it has almost 4 ounces of fiber on it, but it's solid. It's very heavy. And it just creates so much pull on your singles that you can't, it's very difficult to get them fine enough. And again, I secretly thought that. I'm so proud that I even thought that. And then Judith McKenzie and Ben confirmed it. Thanks, kids. So, yay! So yeah. So there's a lace kit available. I'm not getting that anytime soon. Maybe I'll come across a wheel at Goodwill. Have you heard those stories, right? It happens. I'm just gonna be happy with what I've got. Because quite frankly, I really don't want to spin lace weight. It doesn't really appeal to me at all. I would like to eventually be able to spin a 3-ply sock weight. That's really all I want. And so it's not worth a crazy investment to try to make that happen because it's just not that important to me. Really, I'm still very happy with my wheel, and I would make the investment again because I got mine secondhand. I didn't have a lot of options. Because really what I mostly want to spin is sport to bulky. I don't really... For me personally, and that's what I'm going to use. So, information you need to know. There it is. So I'll just do spinning rares and brackish. I'm doing the rare breed spin along with Joanna Sprang of Knit Spin Farm. If you're not watching, check it out. I love her face. So I am doing some Dorset that I bought last year at the Southern Indiana Fiber Arts Festival. And I apologize, I don't know who it's from, but they wouldn't have internet available. Trust me. They don't have internet purchasing available. But they were super cute, and I loved their faces. So I bought this Dorset from them. It was not marked Dorset Down or Dorset Horn. I think it might be Dorset Down. Because of the way, just because of how it feels more like a down wool. It's very it's very springy. And it's got a very short staple, well, not very short. It's got a shorter staple length than both the Dorsets normally have, so it may even be a cross of some sort. This was not, Dorset Downs, they're not typically raised as fiber sheep. They're usually meat sheep, and they're so cute, by the way. They're so stocky. So this was not one of his sheep. This is, the guy who sells this, he has his own sheep, but he's also a shearer. So it was just a fleece that he thought was particularly nice, so he bought it after he took it or whatever. He sheared it and kept it and sold it. So, I mean, it's not from the actual owner of the animal. So he may have just recognized it as some sort of Dorset. A lot of me talking about nothing. So yay, I'm spinning it intentionally kind of thicker. It is definitely it's definitely a roving. It doesn't have a lot of vegetable matter or a lot of the little noils or whatever bitty bits in it. But it's definitely a rustic. It's not a top. But it's still enjoyable, and it's very springy. And it was white. I just dyed it. I didn't do the best job, but so, and I have 8 ounces of it, which is another reason I'm not trying to spin it that fine, because what am I going to do with that? But, see, it's like, see, I took it out of that little bag, and it was just like, shot out of there and across the room. So you can see, it's definitely like, pow, pow. But anyway, so it's very nice, though. I like it. It's nice to spin something different, and it is a rare breed, I hope. No, Dorset Horn and Dorset Down are rare breeds. I just hope this is actually one of them. But anyway, so hopefully I'll get that done this coming week. Because yay for Joanna Springs. Oh my gosh, are you reading Walden with her? Walden is totally a knitter. I mean, I don't know yet if he knit anything. But dude, he is a knitter in his heart. If he were in this time, he would be knitting some stuff. Just saying. I would quote something, but I can't think of it. But anyway, he's all about like how you should, diversify yourself. It's not the joy of building is not for the carpenter alone. That's right, people. We knit socks. We are Walden. I know Walden's not a person. We are Thoreau. Dang it. Anyway, works in progress. 4 ounces. Works in progress knitting wise. I am still working on my Walpole. I have 8 rows or something of the yoke. It's not enough to show you. I mean, it's a lot of stitches. That's like, I don't know, what is that? It's 2,400 stitches. So, I mean, it was a considerable amount of work, but it's just not, visually it's not that interesting. Oh, we'll do the slippery next. So this is my slippery. Oh, I forgot to get that thing in. This is yarn. This is worsted. Oh, it calls for worsted weight yarn, by the way. This is worsted weight yarn by the most beautiful and awesome Facedness Marigold Jen. Oh my gosh, she's so awesome. Now, there is no way, no matter how awesome my lighting could potentially be, where I fancy, that it would capture how awesome this yarn is. I really love it. Her depth of color is just lovely. I say it over and over, but it's true. It's true. Just so enjoyable. And this would be a beautiful color. And I'm sorry, I don't have the colorway with me. That's why I was saying, but I will put it in the show notes. It's beautiful. It would be very beautiful for a man too. It definitely could have masculine uses. But it's totally for me. Because I just thought it was pretty. So I am very much enjoying that. Oh, my little Larry Moon Squirrel stitch marker. Thanks, Kilroy. Very much enjoying it. It's like kind of my treat knitting. Because it's a very, very easy pattern to follow. But it's just enough a little bit to keep you going. With the variegated yarn, perfect. So it's my treat knitting. I have secret knitting too, but I can't show you because it's secrets. But you'll get to see it soon. Oh, my secret work in progress. This is the, still have no idea how to say it, the Shirtugal sock. And it is by somewhere, sometime, I will tell you. It is by, Shirtugalv. That's what I'm going with. It's in Socktopus, but it's also a free, or it's put out by Socktopus, but it's a free pattern, and it's by Alice Yu. So I have one done, except the pattern is written cuff down with a different heel. I'm doing it toe up with an afterthought heel. So if you do it cuff down, it looks, this is what this is, it looks almost exactly the same. It's just instead of the rib going down and splitting open, on mine the rib goes up and splits open. Two knits. And this is in my Another Crafty Girl Prince of the Cosmos strong sock, which I love, by the way. I've got 2 beautiful yarns that I'm loving, which is really helping me slog through that sweater. Not that I've gotten that much work done, but it helps to have 2 pretty projects. I love that sweater, but it's just so much talk in it. So I very much enjoy the pattern. It's very, it's nice and smooshy. It has if you need a real flat sock, like then it's not for you. It's not super thick. It's just, and it'll stretch too because it's inherently a little bit ribbed. So it'll stretch out to be flatter, but it definitely has some texture to it. So yay for that. And that is all. I do have some stuff to show you though. I got some Gail's art. Look at it. Oh! Now, okay, I'll show you this one first. This is her Blue Face Swirl in the Misty colorway. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that just pretty? It's very pretty. That's pretty accurate. Oh, just yummy, tasty. I love this, the BFL Swirl. It just adds such a nice depth. And then this is her Corriedale Mix roving, and they just come in random colorways. I think she has them numbered. Yes, she does. This one is Z50 and this one is Z40. And these are, I have not spun with this, so I can't say, but I can tell by looking at it. This would be great for a beginner spinner because they're very affordable. These are only, at this time, okay, not even at this time. As of a week ago when I bought them, or two, they were only $11. Now, Corriedale is not like, I love Corriedale. It's not like that for me. But sometimes you just need some yarn and you just need to spin something. So they're beautiful colors. And they will spin quite nicely. Corriedale's fine. It's nice to spin. It's just a little bit, it's a little bit toothier than that. Because of that, it is very good for a beginner spinner, by the way. It's very nice to spin. So aren't those pretty? The green just got me. It got me. So Gail's art, yay, versus Katie Locks. Okay, so that's all of the knittingness and the fibriness. Now I have a random thing. So if you're not interested in a random shoe review, I will not hold that against you in any way. Here it is. So I just talked about last week how a lot of folks I know it's the new year, so a lot of folks are trying to make an attempt to become more active and to stay more active in the new year. I have something to show you. These are not new shoes. I bought these in July. Yes, July of this year. They are Merrell barefoot trail shoes. They are made in the barefoot style. Now, they're not like the Vibram 5 fingers with the toes, because secretly I think those are super fun, but I'm not wearing them. I love people who do, but I'm not that person. There's too much about me to make comment on. I don't also need toe shoes. Okay. So these are in that tradition. Now they are made to be running shoes. I'm not running in them. Let's not even pretend. But the reason I got them, and the reason I'm telling you about them, well, okay, I'll tell you the nitty reason first. The nitty reason of why these are great shoes is they're barefoot. So they're super, I don't want to say tight, but they are they conform to your feet very well. So when you wear handmade socks, now I don't have like clinical proof of this, so don't hold me to it. Okay? But I think they are very good for wearing, for the wear on your socks, the abrasion. Because when you wear, especially when you wear sneakers, there's all that foam in them, and so your foot there's more abrasion against the bottom of your sock. And these, there's very little motion of your foot that is independent from the shoe. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. They're very snug around your foot. They're very low in the back. And again, I just don't think they wear your socks as hard. Okay, so that was the random. That's why I can excuse myself for putting it on my knitting podcast. Here's the other thing. As a fat lady, I have always had the traditional running shoe or cross-training shoe or whatever shoe that has all of the cushioning in it, because when you put it on, you're like, oh, that's going to be perfect for me walking around in. It is not perfect for me to walk around in. I've done this for a while because of all of that cushion, it creates a lack of stability for me, because that shoe is really not constructed for me as my size. It is constructed for a smaller woman who's more likely to buy it and to use it for activity. For me, what happens is my foot moves too much this way, and it creates, I don't have weak ankles at all. I don't have anything wrong with me in terms of like bad knees, bad hips. I got nothing of that. So there's nothing wrong with me except for my extra mass. But because of that extra mass, I think, and that scooshy shoe, my foot does this a lot. When, especially not so much when I'm walking, but if I am doing any sort of like Wii activities, like, aerobic-y kind of things where you're moving around and your feet are, especially like anything where you go this way and then go this way, this way. It's very bad. I have to always do those things barefoot because it kills me to do them in shoes. However, these totally work. You have the protection. People are like, well, why not just do it barefoot? There's multiple reasons. For one thing, it gets hard on your feet to do it barefoot, just in terms of like skin to floor contact. Especially if you do it for more than 20 minutes or something, your skin just like it's not happy about it. This gives you a lot more extra traction. And also, if you go to a gym or whatever, they don't like it when you're barefoot. But I also use this when I'm doing an elliptical. For the longest time before I got these, I would always do the elliptical in Chacos, which are kind of like similar-ish looking to like Tiva. They're basically just a sole with straps on them, but they're very thick Vibram sole, which is what this is by the way. It's a Vibram sole. So they give you a lot of traction and they give you some protection on your feet, but not that springiness. Because what happens is in a regular sneaker, when I do elliptical, it kills my arches. Like, very bad. And I find that when I do them in this, oh, by the way, I do have a flatter foot. Or when I do them in the Chacos, it does not bother me at all. Okay. So I think that's all I need to say. Oh, if you do want to buy them, I bought mine on, I think I bought mine on Zappos. I'm pretty sure. That's where I usually buy shoes. But sizing wise, I do think they run small. I typically wear a size women's 11. In an athletic shoe, I want to wear a wide. Usually. I can wear a regular, but a wide is just, it is better. So that's usually a men's 9.5-ish, 9 to 9.5, without just like the regular width. This, I bought a 9.5 wide. The 9.5 regular width was not big enough. It fit, but the laces were very, like, there was enough to tie a bow, but not a very big bow. And I just felt like it was a little, I liked how it fit in the heel. It was very low on the heel, but it just, I was afraid if I tried to wear it with socks, it would not have worked, I don't think. These I can wear with regular hand knit socks, or like with like a smart wool or something, which by the way are so great. I love you, Diane. You're right. They're so fabulous. I've had them for a long time. Oh, also if you're crazy, it's random knowledge. If you have trouble with your feet burning when you walk a lot, I used to have that trouble, and I just thought it was because I was overweight and out of shape. It could be that, but for me, what worked was to wear wool socks. No problems. I mean, I would literally feel like the balls of my feet, that's what that's called, right? Like the front part where it comes down. Not your toes, but the part that your toes are attached to on the bottom. I think that's called the ball of your foot. That would feel like it was like, I felt like I was blistered. Like I really felt like it was on, like, terrible. It was very, very bad. And it would not have to be very long distances, like, but any kind of, like, if you go out to walk, you know what I mean? It would never be like if I was going to the grocery store or something. But if I went to take a walk, like 1.5 miles or more, it would kill me and it would burn so bad. That's totally cotton socks or cotton nylon, whatever. It doesn't happen with wool socks. Because wool socks are amazing. Hand knit or purchased, it doesn't matter. They're all fabulous. So I highly recommend the Smart Wool socks if you don't have your own. They're very good. So yeah, that's pretty much all. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. And I will do my best to reply. I hope you have a lovely week. And I will talk to you next time.